Hi guys, welcome back to Simply Blissful Living. This is Romy, and in today's video I'll be showing you my pantry and how I organize it. I know that thinking about how to organize the pantry and how you can get things looking aesthetically pleasing behind those doors can be a little daunting. But in today's video, I'll show you what little things I did to make my pantry a little more pleasing to me and how I always envisioned it. Now, when we moved into this house, I knew I wanted to make sure that my cabinets looked pretty but were also functional. So let me show you how I did that in my pantry. Now, the pantry we have in our kitchen isn't very big, and it's not one of those walk-in pantries. It's a basic cabinet, so I knew I needed to make sure that I made this as functional as possible while making sure that it was also aesthetically pleasing. So I opted for using glass containers whenever possible. Since shooting this video, I did make a small change, and I will be sharing that with you. Now, as we change and our tastes and our ingredients and our style changes, so will our pantry. So this pantry kind of shows you what I do today. In the future, this might change. I might find a system that works better with me. But as of now, since moving into this home, I know that this has been working for me, and I hope that these ideas or little tricks will help you as well. We'll start off at the shelf that's at eye level, or the very first shelf in our pantry, and here we keep our items that we pretty much reach for daily. These are the Rubbermaid stackable containers, and these are plastic. However, they're very nice to use because you end up using a lot of the vertical space, and I like that about that. You can stack them as high as you want, and they work really well. And I use them with the chalkboard erasable labels, and they work out great. Moving on, we have these glass jars. I use different types of glass jars in the pantry. You'll see two different types. The ones with the copper lids are from Home Goods, and they're about $3 a piece, and the ones at the bottom tier are just quart mason jars that I use, and they come in a pack of 12. Very inexpensive and a great product. Using glass jars not only serves as something that is aesthetically pleasing, but you also are able to see when you're almost out of an item, and you can easily jot that down. So that's one of the tips that I have. Having these clear or see-through glass jars helps in that. And then having all the different colorful items is very nice, and it looks great in the pantry. I also put my jars in different tiers. So if you see in the back, I have a top tier and a bottom tier. Raising the different levels helps you to see the jars without blocking the ones that are in the back. And I just used a cardboard box that fit back there, and it worked out just great. Now, moving on to the second shelf, this area I use for actually storing some of my pans. Now, because this rack does not fit anywhere else in any other cabinet, I wanted to make sure that I gave it a place in my pantry because I use these pans on a daily basis. Using this rack is another tip that I have. You can use the vertical space, and you can place your pans in there without scratching the bottom of them. As you can see, I have some non-stick pans, and I also have some stainless steel ones. So it was my goal to make sure that I placed them in a way where I could access them easily, but not scratch them. Next to the pans, behind the handles of the pans, we have this hot chocolates that we store over here. We do not reach for these on a regular basis, but we do use them when our nieces and nephew come over, and it's nice just to have them here. Next to that, we have our honey, and I placed them in a little box. It's just a cardboard box that we had around the house, so we can pull out that entire thing when we need honey, and we have different types of honey, so that's quite helpful. Honey is something we reach for on a regular basis. My husband uses it for oatmeal every day, so I wanted to make sure that it was in a spot where he can grab it easily, and if we needed to use one of the different types, we can just pull out that little box and it's there for us. The next item that I'd like to show you are these clear bins that I got from the Dollar Tree. They were $1 each, and every time I see them at Dollar Tree, I grab a bunch because they're hard to come by. but these are so great to keep different things in your pantry, in your refrigerator, and different parts of your kitchen, even in other parts of your house. We keep our snacks and the little packets of condiments we get from different places, and our spices like fajita spices, and I keep different protein shake drinks in here, things that fit, but things that you can easily see because the container is clear. Since recording this video, I did change this basket out for a Lazy Susan because it just seemed more practical in this area. So as you can see here, I've placed a clear Lazy Susan that I got for, I think it was $10 on Amazon, and you can get them a lot cheaper or you can make your own. But I placed the items that we use most frequently on this Lazy Susan for, again, easy access and being able to turn the Lazy Susan and see what items are there. It's just so much easier than having that basket there. The bigger items like the soy sauce, balsamic vinegar are still placed on the side because I know they're there and I reach for them when necessary. But having, things that we reach for more frequently on the Lazy Susan has become so much more convenient. And that's another tip that I would like to give you. Use Lazy Susans as frequently as possible in your kitchen. They're very convenient and very practical. The next shelf, I have the stainless steel containers, which is another great choice for storing your food. And we place our bigger, more bulk items in this. And I believe I have a couple of bags of flour in here. And then right next to that, I have a basket that I use for our onions. What's convenient is I can pull this basket out of here and take the onions to the countertop, and I can also reuse this basket for different purposes in the kitchen when necessary. Again, next to that, I have those clear bins, and we keep our different spices like bouillons and things in this basket. And these acrylic containers are just amazing, and I highly recommend that if you have a Dollar Tree or 99-cent store nearby, please check it out and grab these baskets if you see them. Next to that acrylic container, we keep our cereal boxes. We are cereal lovers in our house, and when our nieces and nephews come over, they like to eat some cereal sometimes too. And then this cookie container is actually something that was gifted to us from a family member that went to Kauai. So although the cookies are all gone, I still reuse it because it is something that's memorable for me and I like the way it looks. And then next to that, I have my bread maker that we use in our house on a weekly basis, and I like to keep it off the countertop, so we use our pantry for it. On the very last shelf, I have these 2 storage containers that are also glass that I got from the secondhand store actually. I was lucky enough to get these for $8 a pop, but you can get these at secondhand stores or TJ Maxx, Home Goods. I've seen those there as well, or Ross, and they're inexpensive there too, but if you can score them below $10 a piece, that's always nice. I know World Market carries these as well. And I keep my basmati rice and whole wheat flour in this. We reach for these 2 ingredients more frequently than others, so having them in bulk is helpful. I also store my potatoes in the pantry. I just use a Dollar Tree container. And then next to that, I have extra placemats that I keep readily available. I use these placemats not only for serving food, but for also putting hot pots and things like that on our table. And then we have sometimes we have guests over, and it's nice to have them just available there. Next to the placemats, we have our vinegar that I use for cleaning and also making pickles. So you have a big gallon of that. And then I have some extra oil for frying things. And then right next to that, I have the Instant Pot that I use quite frequently in our kitchen. And having it in the pantry keeps it off the countertops, but it is convenient location for it because I can grab it whenever I need. And I keep these 2 appliances here because it's just convenient to grab and they fit here quite nicely. And then in the green folder, I keep manuals for our kitchen appliances just in case I need to refer to them. We also have another set of cabinets on top that is smaller, but it's quite higher for me. So It's hard for me to reach without a step stool. My husband can reach it without any difficulties. So on the bottom shelf, which I can reach, we keep all our paper goods like saran wrap and sandwich bags and parchment paper and foil and things like that. And then I also have some glass jars again that I got from different stores, and mason jars to keep our goodies like candy and gummy bears and things like that. Having them on the top shelf is helpful for when the kids come over, but it's easy for us to reach. And then here's another basket that I got from Dollar Tree, and these are stackable. Although they're not stacked here, I do believe these are stackable, so you can put different items and use them vertically. And then right next to that, we have our different supplements, our BCAA powder, and different supplements that we use in the for our workouts or post-workout. And then I have some food umbrellas for when we have our picnics and whatnot. And on the very top, you will see that I have some appliances that I've placed, and we use these appliances in our kitchen frequently, but I don't like to keep them on the countertop because we don't have a lot of counter space. So keeping them up there is convenient for us, and it keeps it out of the way, but it's easy for us to reach when we do need them. So guys, that was the overview of our small pantry in our kitchen, and I hope I was able to share some tips with you guys on how you can organize your pantry. Now, if you liked this video, please don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're new to my channel, first of all, I would like to thank you so much for stopping by. And if you like the content and you like this video, I would appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel so you are notified when I post a new video. If you have any questions, or if you would like to share what kind of ideas you have for organizing your pantry, please share them down below. We would love to read your comments. And until next time, please take care, and we'll see you in the next video.